Are you feeling this deep inner calling to create a massive change in your life, being pulled towards a completely new direction? But then all of a sudden, fear is beginning to creep up. In today's video, we're going to talk about why this is happening, how to benefit from it, and how this is actually going to help you as far as advancing on your spiritual journey. For those of you who are new, my name is Jonathan. I'm a spiritual guide, a healer, and a medium. To my returning subscribers, welcome back, my friends. Welcome back. In today's video, let's talk about letting go of fear of changes. Let's get started. Contrary to what most people think, during your spiritual awakening, especially during the beginning phases, it is much more beneficial to go through a situation which is going to bring up fear than to always have life being absolutely perfect. Because as far as this fear, what is it really? Fear is just a vibrational frequency. It is just an emotion. And not only this, as far as fear, take a look back when you were a young child. Take a look back when you were a teenager. How many things you tried for the very first time, and you had some fear that came creeping up. But also you had joy, you had happiness, you had excitement. Some of you had adrenaline, depending on what is it that you were going to do. But as we age, and especially in this fear-based society, fear begins to take on more weight. As far as you get to a certain stage in your life, you know, you're in your relationship, you've had your house, you've had children, you're doing well as far as in your professional career, and then all of a sudden you get this inner calling to try something completely out of the norm, to step out of that comfort zone like you've never done before. But then all of a sudden you have this fear that comes rushing forth. And what's important is to not view fear from a victim mentality. What's important to understand is right now, you might think that you're in control in your journey, but you're only in control of how is it that you react. You're being led down a path where it might seem as though, well, this might not be the best thing for me. But if you're truly feeling it, as far as your intuition, if you have this inner knowing, if you're receiving that guidance, it's important to move and push through with this, to create this change. Because as this fear comes creeping up, if you're able to sit quietly and just bathe in this fear and not view it from a victim mentality as far as, why is this happening to me right now? I've done all this spiritual work, yet things just seemingly aren't working out for me. If you can get out of that victim mentality and you can start seeing is, what am I meant to learn from this? Why is this happening for me? How is this going to prepare me for what I need to do as far as later on your journey? Or else it's going to reveal to you as far as what self-limited beliefs you need to work on, because right now it's currently causing some blockages. And as far as evolving, as far as expanding, as far as leveling up, it's through this situation right now that you're being called. You feel it from within you to make this change. It's how you view it and how you proceed forward, and especially remaining in that present moment and continuing to be optimistic as far as the result that you're looking for. As far as your mindset is going to play a big part as far as what is going to be coming up. And far often than not, individuals don't realize this, as far as you're being called to step out of that comfort zone like you've never done before. Step into the unknown. You're having this fear come up. But what's happening is it's going to reveal certain information about you. It's going to allow you to peel back some layers, let go of certain self-limited beliefs that you've had ever since you're a young child. It's going to prove sometimes we have to face our fears to prove to ourselves that we're able to overcome them, to prove to ourselves once and for all that there was nothing to be fearful of. Therefore, right now, if you're going through a situation where now you're being called to step out of that comfort zone, try something completely new for the very first time, and this fear is coming in, bathe in it. Bathe in it. Put the question out to the universe. What am I meant to learn from this? What am I meant to experience from this? What life lessons are coming forth from this? What from my past am I meant to let go right now? What am I meant, as far as it could be a bad habit, what am I meant to peel back as far as the layers? And this is really going to allow you to discover yourself at a much deeper level. And not only this, it's a test as far as your level of faith. It's a test that's happening right now, where you're stepping into the unknown just by what you can feel, not what you can see. And not only this, you're taking a chance on yourself. And as you do this, all of a sudden you're going to notice that these difficult situations that come forth are always preparing us for a sunnier day. It's like the storm right now. It's a big storm, but then the storm must clear, and then the better days are going to be ahead. And as you progress forward, you're going to notice you're going to have challenges after challenges after challenges, and it's always for your own benefit. It's always something that you need to learn, something that you need to let go, something that you need to experience. Sometimes we must go through very difficult situations to feel some type of experience, and then we're able to have our manifestation come forth. So what's important right now is when this fear comes creeping in, is to not push it away, not try to change right now exactly how you feel as far as your emotion, but taking the time to sit and just bathe in it and just become an observer. Become an observer and see what is going to be coming up. Because each time that we're faced with challenges, each time that we're going through situations that seem difficult on the surface, that's when we have the opportunity to grow the most as far as on our spiritual journey. That's when we have the opportunity to go through multiple life lessons in one sequence of events. And as you go through this, you're going to notice this. At a certain point, your level of faith is going to start to grow, because at a certain point, once you start to bring forth these changes, and it doesn't have to be a massive change, it could just be all of a sudden you've cut certain individuals out of your life, you've gone in a new direction, and then all of a sudden now you're feeling more peace in your reality. That's an incredible, powerful sign. If right now you're sensing this, even though there might be some fear coming up, but you're sensing that your reality is becoming more and more peaceful. It's beginning to catch up as far as how is it that you feel on the inside. And make sure to be objective as far as what's going to be coming up. Don't right away get into that defensive mindset, because that's going to allow you to fall back into that victim mindset. Instead, be open, be curious. Remember when you were a young child, remember when you were a teenager, it was curiosity that drove you the majority of the time. Even though you were going to try something completely new that might have brought up some fear, that curiosity was more powerful than the fear. It's so really tap back into your childlike self and begin to pull this out of you, this curiosity about always asking questions, always wanting to see, why is this happening for me? What am I meant to learn from this? How am I going to grow from this? And as far as your manifestations, on some level, you're going to begin to bring them forth, or else you're going to be getting yourself on that right path. But as you face these challenges and as you overcome them, it's going to allow you to raise your level of self-confidence. It's going to allow you to become more courageous as far as really showing the world your most authentic self. Because all these challenges, that's exactly why they're coming forth. It's a learning experience that's preparing you for what will be coming up. Therefore, don't resist it. Don't don't resist it, bathe in it, and say, this is the last time that I'm going to be allowing the universe to allow me to feel this. And then push forth and continue to do that in our work. Continue with those affirmations, continue with that meditation as far as envisioning what you want to have come forth. But really look as far as what's the next step. Right now, you're being called to step out of your comfort zone. Well, where's that going to lead you? What changes do you need to do right now to align yourself on that path? And once you're on that path, forget about when you want to receive something. And really remember, as far as everything is going to happen in your own perfect divine timing. And I know sometimes it sucks hearing that. Oh, I got to wait some more. But there's things that you're going to experience. And that's why, as far as moving forward, it's extremely important that no matter what path you take, no matter which direction you choose, it must come from your heart. As far as must be fulfilling, it must be something that you feel from within your heart, as far as that is what's motivating you to push forward. And that's that direct connection with source. That's that connection with God. And as you continue to move forward, all of a sudden, you're always going to be seeing your reality as far as, what am I meant to learn here? Why am I experiencing this? Why is this happening for me? And once you start doing this, that's when you're really going to be seeing those signs and synchronicities. That's going to help as far as raising your level of faith, because you're going to know, without a doubt, you're going to have this inner knowing that it is going to come forth. This change is going to be positive. It might be a painful process to get through it, but once you get through it, you're going to be so happy that you took that chance because of that growth that came forth. And when it comes to spirituality, the more you're able to incorporate spirituality into your everyday reality, as far as how is it that you're able to enhance your reality and stop using it to escape your reality, the better the journey is going to be, as far as that inner wisdom that's going to come forth, as far as raising your vibrational frequency, as far as amplifying up your spiritual gifts, as far as getting that bigger inner knowing. And as you push forth, you're going to notice something. As you push forth, all of a sudden, after a couple times that you've taken that quantum leap, you've trusted your intuition, stepping out of that comfort zone, bringing forth this change, and everything worked out. All of a sudden, that fear is going to dissipate. But that fear is just, it's a learning tool. View it as a learning tool on this journey, and realize that if you're able to get through it, it's going to be difficult, but if you're able to get through it, you're going to gain that deeper understanding, and it's really going to help you to advance on your journey. It's really going to clear the path as far as the next stage of your journey, because sometimes whenever we have fear coming forth and then we resist it, we don't push forth with it, now all of a sudden the universe, God's going to bring forth another experience that's going to allow us to feel the exact same emotion. The experience might be totally different, but it's basically God giving you, here's the life lesson I want you to learn. Now push forth through that fear and take in that information. Let go what you need to and empower yourself once and for all. Because this fear is only going to hold you back. And as far as when you compare love and when you compare fear, love is 100 times more powerful. Therefore, if you have this inner calling to create a massive positive change in your life, begin to see with your heart. Begin to trust your intuition moving forward, and open up to God, open up to Source, open up to your angels. What is it that you're going through? What type of outcome would you like to see? What resources are you needing right now? What deeper understanding are you needing? But this all comes with really amplifying up your spiritual practices, not just making it something that once in a while you meditate as an example, but making conscious effort to spend that 1 hour of alone time as an example, all on your own. You could be doing absolutely nothing, just reflecting back on your day, reflecting back on what is it that you're currently experiencing, reflecting back as for, not reflecting, but thinking about as far how is it that you want to move forward. And as you move forward, it is going to become easier, but your level of faith is going to have to raise, your level of inner knowing is going to raise, and then certainty is going to come in. And when certainty comes in, you can bet that your manifestation is going to come forth, because now you've gotten yourself in the present moment, you're observing your surroundings, you're feeling grateful for everything that you've experienced. You have most likely a very calm, peaceful environment, and it's just going to help you to continue to level up. Therefore, don't run away from fear. Face it on and take in all the information that you should. Well, I love you guys. You guys have an awesome day. Namaste.